Hello, my name is Tina Lin. Today I'm going to talk about my leadership style. First, I want to share with you my trait from the DISC assessment. When a decision has to be made quickly to solve a new problem, I may approach in a mild and more agreeable way when I feel comfortable. If I feel being observed, I can be more inquisitive or conservative to make the decision. I can be inspiring and enthusiastic interacting with others when I feel comfortable. However, I can be matter-of-fact or even withdrawn when I do not feel as comfortable. So what leadership style do I have? I'm going to give you an example first before I tell you. I start to lead out a Bible study group in my church this quarter. At first, I was not confident that I possessed a good enough knowledge of the scriptures. In addition, I was so busy with school last quarter that I felt I would have no break for myself. However, many things happened during that time that led me to believe that God wanted me to take the lead. Since God's guidance is what I really value, it was expressed through my behavior. Not only did I agree to take the role, I would spend most of Friday to prepare for it before the Bible study. Because of my journey with God, I learned that it is a meaningful task. It gives me a strong sense of purpose, so I also feel passionate to lead out the Bible study. I have been leading the group for a few months now. I can only keep going if I have the desire from my heart, and God has given me that desire, and He also gives me the compassion to pray for them and to be patient when the participants have questions. With His help, I feel comfortable enough to open and share my personal opinions and stories, and because of that, I'm able to build relationships and make connections with others in the Bible study group. I did demonstrate some self-discipline in keeping the routine consistent this quarter. Now, as you can see, the leadership style that I identify the most with is authentic leadership style! Woo! To become a better leader, it is important to know our own strengths and weaknesses. Like I said earlier, I have the capacity to open up and share my own story and to connect with my group members. It helps the group to be more personal, intimate, connected, and engaging. I demonstrate self-awareness throughout the leading process, which is one of the major characteristics of authentic leadership in the theoretical approach. I'm able to reflect and be aware of my emotions, motives, identity, and core values. For my weaknesses, I'm actually not very good at self-discipline and consistency. The only motivation that keeps me disciplined and consistent in taking time for scripture learning and commitment to my group is my strong value and purpose that I find in God. Another component of authentic leadership that I should work on is balance processing. Once in a while, I can be emotional or take things personal when converse or interact with others. I will be a better leader if I can take time to process the information I received and analyze it with the objective way. Now I'm going to talk about another leadership role I would take on in a different scenario. When I worked on dressing with a patient during field work, I demonstrated supportive leadership. As the client was faced with difficulty due to her physical limitations, I guided her with a high supportive and low directive approach. I was mostly there to listen to her. Even though my goal was to work on dressing, I pay more attention on her social-emotional needs because I thought that was more important at the moment, for her to be heard and feel encouraged. Now let's take a look at my vision statement. Sharing the gospel of Jesus' eternal love, being a servant artist of God, being motivated and active in pursuing my dreams, being perseverant and patient in challenges, building and nurturing meaningful relationships, advocating holistic lifestyle, living out my life with an earnest and diligent heart, living a life of worship through relationships and creating different forms of art. So how does my vision statement relate to my leadership style? The practical approach in the authentic leadership style consists of a leader's value, passion, purpose, relationships, self-discipline, consistency, and compassion. My vision is driven by the faith I value and how I am passionate in doing artwork, as well as sharing the gospel. It is highly focused on relationships. However, perseverance and patience require self-discipline and consistency. Promoting health physically and emotionally gives me a purpose in my career, and it also requires a heart of compassion to be motivated to do so. There are 2 long-term goals that will help me to reach my leadership vision. The first one is sharing the gospel through painting 10 pictures by the end of the summer break, July 22nd, 2018. Again, since spreading the gospel is what I value and doing artwork is what I'm passionate about, I believe I can use my artwork to build relationships and connect with others. I can do that when I lead a Bible study or share my testimony to others. The 3 action steps are: set up my table as a workplace with art supplies every Sunday during the summer break. Then, create a painting schedule about how many hours a day and how many days a week to work on the project. Finally, post the progress and finished work on social media each week to keep myself motivated. Okay, the second goal is to cook at least 4 vegetarian meals a week for 5 weeks during the summer break to promote a healthy living lifestyle to my family. I believe that action speaks louder than words. Instead of teaching others on what is a healthy diet, I can just cook for others and myself. It may be a more powerful influence in promoting the healthy living. Let's look at the 3 action steps for goal number 2. The first one is to plan meal and recipe ideas. I can search different recipe and meal ideas online and write down the recipe I want to cook each week. Next, create a cooking schedule. I will make a schedule on what day to grocery shop and what day to cook each Sunday. Last one, post one of my healthy food recipes once a week in June on my vegan social media page. Not only it can push me to be consistent to cook for my family, it gives me an opportunity to promote healthy diet to others through social media as well. Okay, so we have covered my traits, leadership styles, my strengths and weaknesses, a different leadership role I can be based on the situations, my vision statements, and my 2 long-term goals. Now, I'm going to end it with a performance. I wrote a song for myself about leaderships and career. I hope it will encourage you too.
Maybe I can be creative, but so hard to be assertive. I need to boost up my confidence, or I might come out as incompetent. Tina feels small and easy to get emotional. They say don't take things personal. In Tina's world, can it be possible? She questions, is it even rational? Secret, would you reveal? Wisdom, please unfold. Those skills don't come natural. Many moments seem out of control. No matter how much I try, nothing ever seemed right. I heard inside screaming. I told myself stop dreaming. People say practice, cause practice make it perfect. Fake it, and fake it till you make it. Even though it sounds cheesy, it never come easy. But I still want to tell you, because it is so true. Do not fear the future of unknown. Get out of your comfort zone. God will be there and you will not be alone. Bravery will help you find where you belong. These are your career milestones. Soon you'll raise your medialist to cheekbone. Dance while eating your ice cream cone, cause you've discovered that you have grown. Read the scripture, God promised to give you a bright future. Have faith in Him who can make the impossible possible.